Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Super Summer Series TV for season 2024-25 of We Look Ahead to round 4 competition this Wednesday evening. Tonight we're going to have a look at the handicaps there just in. We can release the handicaps ahead of round 4 and good shot, bad shot, little new segment that we'll have at the end of the show to just wrap it up. A little bit of a new segment that I hope you enjoy. We're going to kick straight into it and with who's hot and who's not. And who's hot? Well, apologies to the Fuggies, who was going to be in the Who's Hot for this week, knocking off the Golf Gods, but it is hard to ignore the specialist fielders with 31 off the stick. You would have seen that on the WhatsApp group. 5 pars, 4 birdies. It's a new Super Summer Series record for an off-the-stick score. And there's the boys in the Taylors Lakes Hotel enjoying themselves. And the poor old Blue Gorillas got the specialist fielders on the day out. They shot a very good score themselves, but they could do no wrong on the green. So well done to the specialist fielders. And we'll talk more about their form a little bit late in the program. Who's not? Well, Spazball, the reigning premiers, have played some reasonable golf, but they find themselves coming in with a bye with just the 1 win and 2 back-to-back losses. So just the 9th on the ladder. They've got the second highest percentage. They've got the highest team scores, and all of a sudden when it doesn't go right, you see Chris Coughlin starting to do a little bit of ranting on the WhatsApp group. And I don't think a bye could have come at a better time for this group just to regroup themselves, just to get that little mental break, and for the skipper to take a little break from the game, to come back for round 5 and be a little bit fresh. They need the best from him, and we haven't quite seen that over the WhatsApp group over the last week or so. And unfortunately, there's another $10 fine coming your way, Chris Coughlin, with a little hashtag rotten to the core that was posted just a couple of days ago that was directly aimed at the Super Summer Series Commission. You know that's a breach of the rules. And what you do find yourself, in just a season and a half, you're the most fined player in the competition. So it's time just to get back and focus on the good golf. Well, we're going to call in Ben from Berkeley Golf, as we're going to preview round 4 of where the teams are. Ben, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. A big win to the Berkeley boys over Spazball in the last round by just 0.25. So a really big win for you guys against the reigning premiers.
Yeah, important win. We had a not a great day out against the good fellas in round 1, and we felt we were the better team on the day against Spazball, and we obviously sort of lost that lead, but a great shot from Lockie on the last to put it within 6 feet of the pin. Made it pretty, got us a birdie, and got us the win.
Yep, Spazball don't regroup after round 4. Their premiership back-to-back tilt could be all up in smoke. Let's have a look at round 4. The St Albans old boys, 2.75 is a handicap, down from 3.25. We got a win over Live Golf last round. Up against the Water Cannons, it's first versus 4th. The Water Cannons handicap at 3.5, down from 4.25, so it's about a stroke in it. Playing the back 9 on Wednesday night. It's going to be rescheduled. Your thoughts on this match?
Match of the round, for me, obviously postponed makes it a bit unfortunate because it's such a good matchup to look forward to. Two pretty good teams, informed teams. Obviously, Water Cannons have that first flag from the first season. They'll be out to win it. We know there's a little bit of a rivalry between the two teams for whatever reason. And they're on the back 9 though. I'm going to give the St Albans old boys the edge to go 4-zip over the Cannons. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game.
Move on to the next one, Clutch & Co. Handicap of 7. Unfortunately, they do sit 11th on the ladder. They haven't played bad golf. They're actually playing to their handicap. They're coming up against teams that are just going a bit above and beyond. So no change there. The Golf Gods are up against the Golf Gods, who come off a loss but have been pushed out even further by the handicapper from a 0.75 down to a plus. Sorry, they were at plus set 0.75 out to plus 1.25. Front 9 Wednesday night.
Yeah, look, another interesting matchup. Clutch & Co should have had a win against the Water Cannons last week due to some unfair rule adjudication. But the Golf Gods suffering their first loss of the season against the Fuggies. I did back the Fuggies to win that and hold on. I reckon Clutch & Co are primed, and I reckon they can get the win here off the Golf Gods. Golf Gods will go 2 on the trot losses.
Whoa, big call, big call. Let's have a look at the Berkeley boys. You guys are the big win over the reigning premier. Handicap down to 2, just been trimmed by 0.25, a shot by the handicapper. It's 8th versus 10th. The poor old Blue Gorillas, they've had 3 losses in a row, shot their best score. They got 39. with a handicap of 6.25 to shoot 32.75. Any other time, that's a win against any other team. They got the specialist fielders on a really good day, but the handicappers clipped them again down to 5.25, so they can't take a trick, the Blue Gorillas. This is going to be a very close game, but the form of the Berkeley boys, unfortunately the Blue Gorillas, I think are going to go zip and four. I think they're getting closer to that first win, but I think there's probably not enough shots in it for the handicap to beat you and Lockie on form.
Look, tough opponent. The Blue Gorillas are certainly coming. They're building ever so slowly, and I think they can get a big scalp this year. Look, unfair from the handicapper, I think. Fair clip, fair whack to come down by one shot when they got no reprieve from some ordinary rounds earlier in the season. So, a bit unfair, but I think it's going to be a good matchup. We got clipped, rightly so. We did shoot +2. But it's going to be a good matchup. Bit nervous, it'll be a great game. I'm looking forward to the matchup against the Blue Gorillas.
Let's have a look at the next one. It's the Goodfellas versus the Fuggies. What a game this is going to be. The Goodfellas coming off a bye. They went down to 7.75 from their 9 from the previous round. The Fuggies down to 7. So BJ has knocked them off by taking them down by 1.5. So they're playing on the front 9 with the Goodfellas with a handicap advantage.
Fair whack from the for the Fuggies, but I think that's rightly adjudicated by the handicapper there. The Goodfellas, they certainly needed to come down, so this will be a game off the stick, really. Obviously, the Goodfellas have the right of way with the.
It will be Alex Coronius filling in for Peter Venables as well.
And so. we know Alex has been hitting the driving range. He's got his own personal professional that he gets private lessons from. So we do know that that'll be a big in for Machine Gun Mick for the Goodfellas, and it will be certainly a great matchup between the two.
Who are you tipping?
I'm going to go the Fuggies. They're going to go back-to-back wins.
Back-to-back, well, they're sitting second on the ladder, so they get this one. They'll be coming in very nicely into the last round before the break. Let's have a look at the last one. The specialist fielders gone into the plus territory again after that really big win. Probably could have gone into even further than just the +1 when you shoot 4 under the card. Up against Live Golf, the only team I might add that's gone up in handicaps from the last round. So BJ seen fit to up them from 2.75, just by 0.25 to 3. The specialist fielders up against Live Golf on the front 9. How do you see this one?
Dubious reprieve from the handicapper, given the opponent is his son. He will be certainly out to win it. Look, specialist fielders are certainly in form, 31 off the stick. Going to be hard to go past them, but I mean, BJ, he'll be out to win, certainly against Mitch Jamison. Could be a very feisty lineup, could be pretty icy out there and frosty out on the course. I think the specialist fielders will just get the win here.
I think the form's too good there for the specialist fielders. I'm with you on that one. The bye, Spaz Ball, their handicap stays the same, but the bye coming at the right time for the reigning Prem. You've seen just a few little, chinks in the armour over the last couple of rounds and just a chance to refresh.
The rumour on the street is Coggers won't be available for the following match the next week as well. So probably a right spell for Coggers just to think about it, come back after Christmas, freshen up, get it right back.
Righto, that's how they look for round 4 this Wednesday evening at Mountain Valley Golf Course. Hopefully the weather looks after us and we can all get on because we do have another round the following week. We've got back-to-back rounds to try and fit them in just before we go into the break. Righto, a new segment, Ben, your idea here, good shot, bad shot. We're going to pose each other a question and go, is it a good shot or is it a bad shot? All right, I'll kick it off and I'll throw one to you. And it is. The handicapper is doing a good job and teams just need to shut up and focus on playing good golf.
Bad shot needs to be called into account. Some of the handicappers' decisions, particularly over the first 3 rounds. Blue Gorillas have been hard done by coming in by 1. The handicapper's gone out in his team, Live Golf, gone out by 0.25, and the matchup is against his son. I think he needs to be held accountable. The Fuggies came right in, Goodfellas came right in, and rightly so, as did the Golf Gods. He got it wrong to start the season. I think he's making up some ground. He needs to be held accountable. Bad shot.
Right.
Good shot, bad shot, Commissioner. St Albans Old Boys have been gifted a favourable draw, compliments of the SSS Commission as their 3-zip start to the season.
Bad shot, shocking shot, absolute shank of a shot, that call. The fixture is that every team plays each other once. You cannot get a more fair system than teams when they play each other once. So I put this draw through Laura Kane, who's an experienced AFL operations executive, to help us out with that. Now, what we've did, obviously, you try and get the draw so that the reigning premiers, as we've seen, try and get a tougher draw to start the season to try and equalise it. We've seen that with Spazball with 1 win and 2 zip. It's going to even itself out. I'll be playing every team once, and I think that's an absolute rotten call. A bit of success for the St Albans old boys, and people want to shoot us down. Bad shot. Specialist Fielders, Ben, are the new premiership favourite.
Yeah, good shot, quality shot there. Back-to-back grand final, albeit losses. One of them on the last part of the day last year, but certainly coming into some serious form with a new SSS record with 31 off the stick. They know how to get to the grand final. It's about winning the grand final, but after 2 back-to-back losses, Luke Delbridge is starting to hit some form. It's been questionable over the last 2 years. Mitch Jamison has been saying his shoulder's a little bit sore, but good that Luke Delbridge is hitting some form. I think if that continues, they will be the premiership favourite, so good shot there.
Throwing the challenge down to the golf gods and also Spazball with that 31 off the stick, so they're laying the gauntlet to the better teams of the competition.
Good shot, bad shot here, Commissioner. Blue Gorillas are showing strong signs of cracking their first win.
Yeah, good shot, fair shot, not bad off the tee shot, that one I reckon. Look, again, they got a 39 at a handicap of 6.2. I've shot a 32.25 with the handicap applied. That is going to win you any game in this competition ordinarily. They came up against the Specialist Fielders who shot 31 off the stick, so they really couldn't take a trick. It's a familiar territory, unfortunately, for him down the bottom end of that ladder. I really do hope that their first win is not that far away. They need to play their best golf this week to beat the Berkeley boys, but I do think that their golf's improving, playing better as a team, and their first win's not far around the corner. Good shot. Right, that brings us to the end of the show. We wish all teams the very best on Wednesday evening for round 4. It really is shaping up a critical round, critical games for most teams. All the best, and we'll see you out on the fairways on Wednesday evening.
You needed to send me off.